What's up, y'all? What really sparked me to do a video like this in when I go into Instagram feed, which I did. I went to Instagram feed first, and whether I go into TikTok feed, where uh this woman was talking. She had a little child there in front of there with her, and she was basically just saying it doesn't matter how good people are, you can be good no matter how good they are. You can do all that good and you still can be a snake, a fucking snake. That's how she said it. And she's right. You can be really good, and you can't really. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't stop you from being that. And then she made a statement. She said a lot of people be trying to fit in. I agree with that too. I agree with that part. I agree with all from her first statement and her second statement. But I will say it like this, and here's my problem. What it all boils down to, what the moral of what she was saying too, regardless of how good you are, people don't care whether you are good. They can know that you are a good person, and they still will don't like you. You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with you personal. No, it ain't got nothing to do with you personal. It's just that some people just don't like certain people. You know what I'm saying? Just like a woman. I use them for example. I don't care whether you're a good guy, a good man, or whatever. They can know that you're a good person or whatever. They don't care nothing about that. So it's either they like you for what for who you is. It's either whatever. No, regardless of what you do, the best thing to do. The moral of this video is just to be your damn self. Just be yourself. If that's you by nature, then that's you. If that's your identity, that's you. Regardless of what other people say or what they think, hey, the people gonna interpret things the way that they want. If you're a good person, you're a good person. If you're an evil person, then you're just an evil person. There's no middle ground. It's either you one or the other. And what I'm trying to say over you too is you can't just. It's either way it goes. Somebody gonna always have a problem with you, with us, or with you. And I'm just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? People gonna judge you anyway. So the way what I can take from that, just be the best of the version of you can. I'm gonna be the best of the version that I can be. That's all I can do. Be the best of the version, crucify the flesh, and do the best you can, and just that's it. You know, because I can't make people believe, make people accept and believe something about me that I want them to believe. I can't force it. Reality is a reality. If they get a different perception of me, then that's what it is. I can't. Sometimes we got to encourage ourselves. Like, hey, that's your version of me. Then let it be. Then I accept it. I can't. That's your mind. You got a mind of your own. You know, that's your mind, ain't my mind. So you think what you want to think. You know, and until you prove yourself to be good or evil, that's what you judge people off of. You judge people based off their actions, their daily life, the life that they live. My mother always told me like this here. A lot of times you ain't got to say nothing to nobody. People, the life you live, she say will speak for you. You ain't got to say nothing. That's what her dad used to tell her, and she passed it on. And she was right. The life you ain't got to say nothing. But if you are walking, let's say I'm walking. That guy's I like that guy. I like that. I don't know. I just like the guy. I just like that person. Some people may look at me and be like, I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like his look. I don't like the outfit. I don't like nothing that he got on. And guess what? You can be the nicest, the goodest person. They say it ain't about how nice you are. People say it ain't about how nice you are. Now, what they really mean is this here. What it really means to me is I don't care how nice you are. Whether I don't care if I know your true intentions. I'm still not going to mess with you. I can have been knowing you for years. I could have been knowing you for years, and we live in that generation now. You can be and slept in the same bed with these people, ate together. You and your mom and they mom and daddy, y'all sit on the porch, all laugh and talk. Y'all raised up with each other. We could have been in the backyard playing, raised up, and a lot of times they'll they'll just grow up and just not like you, and you grew up with them, and they can not like you. I don't know why it happens like that, but sometimes it's just a reality. Deception is a reality, and a lot of people miss out like that. I think some people are just born to just be evil. That's what I always say. I'm bringing it back to that. Some people are just born to be corrupt. I don't care what you do for them. I don't care how nice you are to them. Some people, it's not, some people just ain't born for goodness. Some people are just born to be destructive, just like Ishmael in the Bible. Y'all heard about Ishmael, right? When Abraham had Ishmael, had Haggai, and produced Ishmael, right? It's the same analogy. Ishmael was by nature a child of war. Why you think Abraham was always fighting wars with him? He was always at odds with the Arabs, and that's the Ishmael is the Arab nation. Yeah, yeah. Israel is the Arab nation, and pretty that's pretty much the type of society that we're living in right now. It's pretty much like that now. And what I'm gonna say to all of this is, I just somebody told me like this in support the people that support you, love the people that love you, and hate what is evil and love what is good. You see what I'm saying? Hate the evil and love the good. That means support people that support you. And that's what I came to a conclusion of. I'm not gonna sit up and love somebody that don't love me. Why would I love somebody that don't love me and don't give a shit about me? No, that's dumb. That's stupid. If they get a perception, a bad perception of me, why would I love them? I have a right not to have no love for them. Why would I have love? People see Christianity, the religion, then taught us. But you know what though? A lot of our people is waking up. What the fuck would I look like sitting up talking about? Oh, in spite of what they do to you, you still got to love them. No, you don't. They can be evil, envious, and jealous. You still got to love them anyway. You got to love everybody. If you, the Jesus in me, love Jesus in you, and all that kind of stuff. And they don't show me no love. I'm not gonna. I don't want to love that somebody who don't love me. What the Bible says. I'm gonna get it out when I get up here. When I get up into this place, I'm gonna make another video when I get up here with my mom. I'm on my way back up here where my mother is. Yep. God said in the Bible, I love those that love me, and those that seek me early will find me. God ain't gonna sit up there and love somebody that don't love him. God says in Ecclesiastes 12:6, for the most high hated sinners and will repay he will repay the ungodly. The Bible says the most high hate the sin and the sinner. We've been taught in the Christian church, God loves the sinner, but he hates this, he loves the sinner, but he hates the sin. No, in the Bible, God loves the person. If you are if you are doing right, yeah. If If you're doing right, God will love you. If you're doing wrong, He hates you. He hates the sin in you. You know. So I don't love people that don't love me. No. Why would I do? Why would I give? It just doesn't make it. If you look at them, although them African people, sold out people, sold out people, to the white man. Them at one thing that I can say them Africans do that that I know that I'm fully in line with. They don't believe in rewarding people that don't need to be rewarded. Like for example, I look on YouTube and I see the social experiment videos that they be doing. They'll walk around and dress up like they homeless and walk up to other African people and ask them if they are like they'll say, I want food, I need food, please help me. Can you give me some of the food right there? But they be trying to test them. It's like a social experiment. And they want to see if they are kind. And if they are kind to them, what they're gonna do is they're gonna reward them for their kindness. Say, and then they turn around and point the camera out and say, I got you on camera. I just wanted to see, was you gonna help me, or was you gonna be kind to me, or was you gonna deny me? And since you didn't deny me, they'll tell them to hold both of their hands out, hold them together, and they'll politely take the sack and pull out a stack of cash and put it in their hand. And when they open they tell them to close their eyes, and then they put it in their hand. When they open up their eyes, as they tell them doing the social experiment, they'll tell them open up your eyes. And when they open their eyes, they realize that they don't put the money in their hand or put a stack in their hand. It surprises them, and they'll just that's their way of saying thank you for being a good individual. Thank you for considering me, even though you could have like not rewarded me. I mean, even though you didn't have to. So now, if they treat them cold and all that type of stuff, and take sticks and throw it at them, throw rocks at them, get the hell away from me, and then they point the camera out and they say, "Well, I'm gonna reward the people that reward me." You know what I'm saying? Even this is in the Bible. Y'all remember the story about um which one I want to mention first? It was this man. It was two men. He told one man, "Would you go today and work in my vineyard?" The man said, "Yes, I will go," but he didn't go. But he asked the second man, "Would you go and work in my vineyard?" That's what he said. All right, what's up, man? All right. He asked the second man, "Would you go today and work in my vineyard?" The second man said no, but afterward he repented and he went back and he did it. So when it was a parable that was told, and then they asked one man, I can't remember reading it. I'm gonna read it when I get there. He said, "Which of these people did the will of my tween of my father?" He said, "Though the one that repented." So the one that repented and went, he got rewarded, right? The one that repented and went, he got rewarded. There was another story of the priest and the Levite. You remember the man that got beat up, and they had this Samaritan came through the town. The priest passed the man up that was beat up, beaten half to death. And then they had another man that passed by who was a Levite. One was a Levite and one was a priest. The priest and the Levite passed the man up. They didn't want to have nothing to do. They passed on by. And that's pretty much like what's going on today with the social experiment that they be doing on YouTube. And the priest passed him up, which was a preacher, and the Levite, which was a priest, passed the man up, went by, or looked at the man, looked at his wounds, and passed him on up. And they had another man. No, he was a Samaritan, right? And the Samaritan took and had compassion on the man. I got to look into that story some more. I think he was from another nation that did it. The one that was not really labeled as a Jew showed more compassion for the man that was beat up and wounded than the so-called priest and the so-called Levite that was supposed to have been priests and leaders of the church. They passed him by. You see what I'm saying? But God said, when you, he says, take this man and take care of him. And when I come back, I will repay you. So the one that actually went did the godly thing, he was rewarded. So I'm saying all of that to say this here. All right. I'm saying all that to say this. The moral of this whole thing is it's either people going you can be a good person, and these are religious people. A lot of these people, they'll say, oh, I know God, I know this and I know that. I'm going, I guess I'm trying to understanding this woman too. When she say, regardless of how good you are, how this and that and the third, it doesn't really matter. Some people just gonna be evil, regardless of how good or how kind they come to you, you know? And it could be the same thing as looking down on people um that don't even drive cars. I don't care about no damn car because maybe I because I don't want to be bothered with the damn white man. Now, I'm against having one? No, not. I wouldn't be against having one, but it's just would be a bunch of headache at this time. But yeah, man, we living in that time, man, to where people. The bottom line is, the moral of this video is, just be yourself. Be yourself. You know, people gonna like you whether you good. People gonna like you, hate you whether you bad or good. It doesn't matter. It ain't. You can't get around it no kind of way. No matter how you cut it, you just might as well just leave it. Don't even cut it in half, cause regardless of how you cut it in half, you ain't gonna. Some people you just not gonna be able. We're not gonna be able to satisfy some people. We're not gonna be able to do it. So we need to just stop trying. I'm telling myself that too. Just stop trying, cause it ain't gonna work. And to us, just go to the people that will accept us for who we are. And the people that ain't gonna accept us, leave them to their own device. Leave them to let them stay right there. All right, what's up, man? Yeah, man, I'm good, good, man. Yeah, us. At the end of the day, yeah, there. I think I done pretty much said everything I needed to say. People gonna do what they want to do. That's it. That's why, probably why I don't even want to even waste my time trying to debate. I'm gonna add this in there, brother Captain. He be getting it in with the people. This brother's, but I'm compassionate too about the truth. But waking our people up, just like when I be on TikTok, not one time, most of the time, the so-called white people come in there and troll me, what I'm saying. Regardless of what I'm saying, regardless of how I break it down, some of them are coming there and go to saying, nigga this and nigga that and nigga this. I say, yeah. I call them a name. I say, well, I'm a natural born nigga and you a natural born homosexual by nature and a pedophile. That's what I tell them. Yeah, I'm that, and you a natural born child molester. How about that? They don't like that. Since they want to come in, yeah, they come. Yeah, that's the way TikTok is. Every time somebody comes, it's just toxic. So they named it the right name, TikTok. People want beef. Yeah, everybody wants beef. But the moral of me bringing all of that up is my reason for this here. I don't want to be debating people. If you had like the slave trade happened, right? Slave trade happened. Why would I want to debate people? I'm knowing we're not gonna come to no realization. We're not gonna come to no understanding. Why would you try to debate and argue with a snake that it's a snake when God made it that way? That's the identity of it. That's the truth of it. That's the blood nature of it. It was bred to spit venomous poison and kill you. And if you try to take that away from the snake, you ain't gonna be able to do it. You can't take something out of something that is born by nature that way. If it's that way by nature, you can't change the nature of something that wasn't meant to be. If you was born a Caucasian, this going back to the other video I did yesterday. If you was born a Caucasian, I don't care how many times you bleach your damn skin, you're still gonna be a Caucasian. You ain't gonna be able to take that impurity, that DNA away. That bleach can take stains out of clothes. It can do all of that, but it ain't gonna take that damn blood out of it. It's not gonna take the bleach ain't gonna be able to wash the DNA of what it is. Only thing bleach can do is fade a damn shirt and take the color out of it. But you can't take the DNA out of something that's what it is. No matter what you do. If it was bred to be wild, that's what it's gonna be. By nature, it's wild. That's what it is. So that's why you hear me say, you wasting time if you sitting up trying to argue with a damn bird that it's a bird. No matter how many times you slap the shit out of it or abuse that animal, it's still gonna wake up and it's still gonna be what it is. Nothing that we can do is to take that animal out of them. Yeah. If you're Puerto Rican, you're Puerto Rican. If you're a damn Spaniard, this is so-called white people. That's what you are. That's what I am. We have to embrace what you are. You can't change what it is. Yep. Yeah, you can't change what it is, homie. No matter how many times you bleach it, that's the nature of it. You can't make a pit bull not be aggressive if it was not if that's the way if that's what's in his blood, that's what's in his blood. It's in his nature to kill, just like a tiger. I mean, excuse me, just like a bear, just like a leopard, just like a lion, just like a tiger. They all was bred to eat other animals. It's just in their nature. So you can't change the nature of something. You may contaminate it. You might contaminate it. You might can mix it, but you don't change its nature. You can't change the nature of it. Yep. You can't change what it is. Even if you make it look different, making it look different doesn't mean it's something else. Just like they try to take Sunday and trying to make Sunday the Sabbath. Like most of the people probably gonna go to church tomorrow. The vast majority of people, like I said, the majority of the rule don't it? Most people gonna go to church on Sabbath. I mean on Sunday, the first day of the week. Just because the majority is doing it doesn't make it right. Just because the majority of the people going to church on the first day of the week, Sunday, that doesn't make it holy because they do it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me hold on. Yeah. Going to church on the wrong day doesn't make it right. Just like, yeah, it don't make it right. Just because I celebrate my birthday on another day, my birthday is on 29th, right? My birthday is July the 29th, 1974, right? What if I change the date of my birthday and say I'm gonna celebrate my birthday 1992 or whatever? That won't be. Hold on, let me cut this off because they got music. Okay. The reason why I turned it off and I muted it for a second is because they had music back there. And YouTube, the only reason why I did it, and I hate that stupid ass shit YouTube do that. They'll copyright your video for music that don't belong to you. They'll call it copyright infringement. Yeah, and they can have your video removed and all that type of dumb shit. But yeah, you can't change the nature of nothing. No matter how much you, if I celebrate my birthday, like my birthday is July the 29th, 1974. What if I celebrate my birthday October the 1st, 1992? That's not correct. Does it make it right? No, it don't make it right because no matter how much I celebrate my birthday, which I don't celebrate no birthdays, no way. But I'm just saying, if somebody's celebrating the time you were birthed into the world on another day other than the day that you were birthed into the world, the year and the time. All right, what's up, man? All right, what's happening? Huh? Nothing, man. I'm just chilling, man. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just chilling. You all right, huh? All right, man. Good seeing you, bro. Yeah. So, he must not be from here because he spoke a little different or something. I don't. I can't judge that. I don't know. But but you know, he might be a cool. You know, like I said, you can't judge people based upon. You know, he when I said what's up, man, and all that. He was pretty much looking aggressive and all that. You know, like I said, you never know what people go through. But anyway, how would like you can't take and make something that it wasn't. Yeah, you can't take something and make something be but it's not what it's not meant to be. Yeah, it don't make you can't put no hole in this. Only person that can has the power to put sanctification up on something is God. Yep. The only person that can put power in a person to get them to change or do the opposite, the only person that can change people who want to be changed, is willing to be changed, is God. God is the only one that can have the power to do all the unthinkable things, you know. And if it ain't his will for them to change, then they just not going to. Regardless of how good you are, if the Most High made it that way, it's just the way it's gonna be. So, with that being said, bro, I'm gonna get up out of here, man, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Hopefully, it made sense, you know. And I'm gonna see y'all later, man.